Avneet's story is one of those stories where you have an individual who wasn't able to excel at what he wanted to do and what he's really passionate about, but he remembered his passion. So instead of giving up, he took his passion and found a different way to utilize that. Everyone can gain from the story. Everyone can learn something from it. A person who perseveres when times get hard and finds different avenues on where he can place himself. And a lot of times we try in one area, we don't get it, so we give up completely. Whereas Avni tried one way, it didn't work, so he made a new, completely different avenue for himself. And this is Avni's story. I think you'll gain a lot from it because not only did he persevere and pass a lot of adversity, but he also turned around after he had finished and helped other people rise up to the occasion as well. And I think that's the number one thing about success is that when you climb up the ladder and it's a little bit rickety, but you finally get to the top, it's not that you just kick it down because it's unsafe, but you make a new ladder so that other people can make it up that way and do it quicker than you, better than you. And I think that's that shows real leadership is being able to not only succeed, but to help other people succeed.
He's driving the ball middle, with my hand, let's go right to his point. So the second, as he's going the whole time, and he might be defensive side. When I try to pick up my goal, he might have one more side and trying to get a big one. First bounce, he stays with me on the first bounce on it. Now I'm trying to get on the second bounce. And I'm trying to cut by inside shoulder. Really, first step. Foot first. Tough with the wing, got it. Good, make it. Woo! Stay before that. That you cut your space off, you got a spinner behind. Down. You want to sit? Yep, okay.
Three. We got right in my kitchen right there. 4. 5.
So how long have you been training him for?
I was lucky enough to coach him in the high school all-star game and thought he had some great leadership qualities and work ethic, and he's signed on with us with the President's Scholarship, which is a 5-year full academic tuition, and from right from the jump we started training and all summer, and then throughout the school year we probably get in the gym 3 to 4 days a week outside of practice for individual or group sessions.
And how was the training like on your side?
It was awesome coming in with that. He brought in a lot of new, fresh stuff to the training scene for me. Making stuff like showing me situations that you'd see in a game, and just reads like against defenders instead of just going through drills. Picture the defender, and yeah, it was sweet right from the get-go. And he always encourages me to get out. Times when maybe I'd go out once a week instead. Av's texting me, skills 10 a.m. come out 3-4 times a week plus. So that's been huge.
And the difference between Av and you would say maybe other coaches, other people that help train, what would you say the major differences between him?
I would say like 2 things: attention to detail and passion. Like Av's got huge passion for the game, really enthusiastic about it. He's always watching tape, and so the tape kind of leads me to the attention to detail. Kind of just really focused on every little aspect of the game that you possibly could be.
All right. So what has Av done for you that you can say is just above and beyond what he's needed to do in the past?
Well, he's been huge in terms of developing my game, but more so than anything, it's just like his willingness to always be available to train kind of any time of the day, whether it's picking me up 3-4 times a week at 7 in the morning my freshman year, or now getting in the gym with him at 10 during the summer before we scrimmage. And he's just always around. If you got something you want to work on, you want to work on handles or jumper, you can just text Av, like, I'm feeling like this is a deficiency in my game, and he'll get out with you as many times as you like, really. Just in terms of the time he puts in, it's hard to match.
So how did you first start off with basketball?
Well, I attended Dover Bay Secondary, which is the top high school in the city for basketball, and I was really fortunate to have good friends and good opportunities to be around a basketball program. And when I realized that playing really wasn't for me, I was lucky enough to be under the mentorship of Mark Simpson, who's actually here in the gym right now with a couple of players. But he gave me every opportunity to start coaching, whether it was sitting on the bench in the spring league or attending clinics or attending different games in summer league, just to watch and learn. And I started off just having to manage the subs of who was going into the game, and from there I was just given every opportunity by him to start coaching and developing my own craft, and that's kind of how I started off.
What would you say is the hardest thing about coaching?
The hardest thing about coaching, at the start, it was my age and my skill level. Some players may not have seen the passion that I had initially and may not have been as drawn to work with me. And I actually tried to train a few players and faced a few rejections where they weren't really into training with me. But I always felt I had really good support from the coaches and the mentorship I had and the friends that I had, where once I did start training players and they started seeing the benefit to their game, they wanted to train with me, and that kind of drew more clients per se, and more people wanted to start working with me.
Where have you trained so far? Like, do you mostly train locally, or do you train internationally, nationally?
I train locally for the most part. In Nanaimo, on the island, I've been lucky enough to travel to the States and work with some players. Vancouver as well, over on the mainland, and been really fortunate to spend time around some really good basketball minds and high-level athletes.
And what ages?
I've been really lucky to spend time with kids that are just starting off with basketball and developing a passion for the game around age 6, up towards spending time around guys and working with guys that have played in the NBA.
So, when you first started playing basketball, it was your passion. How did you move from being a basketball player into a statistician, into a coach, into a trainer? Like, what is your...
I really just let my love of the game lead the way, and I started to realize that if I couldn't stay around as a player, I had to stay around somewhere. I really wanted to be around the game, and I had to be around the game. I was just drawn to be around the competition and the preparation, almost like the warlike strategy. So for me, initially that was being a stats guy. I kept stats, but that meant I got to be in practice, I got to learn the game, I got to travel with the team, and just learn really the game of basketball. And after doing that, my role progressed towards being an assistant. I mean, I had a few duties that I had to really look after, and from there I had to carve out my own role. I wanted to grow my role, so player development became a big thing where I was an assistant with a few duties, but I expanded that towards being somebody that always got in the gym with players to rebound for them initially, and then start putting them through my own workouts and my own drills. And in 2012, when I signed on here with Vancouver Island University, I was initially coming in to be kind of a recruiter and a marketing guy to help promote the team, get some buzz around the team. And I accepted that role, but kept working hard with my knowledge and my own development of X's and O's in the game.
So what would your encouragement be to other people that are maybe not having success in one area?
Keep showing up, keep working hard, have a good attitude. I mean, the motto of my whole business is effort, attitude, train.